morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, thank you for coming. Do you know what we do today?
Yes, ma'am. I'm having a job interview for a design engineering position in Astra Otoparts company.
That's right. Is it right? What is your name?
My name is Sausan. Sausan Fauha Surya.
Yeah, Miss Saus. Yes, Miss Sausan Fauha Surya. Are you ready for interviewing today?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes. Okay, let's start it now. For
Okay.
the first, Miss Sausan, tell me about yourself.
Okay. My name is Sausan Fauha Surya. I'm 31 years old. I have one child, and he's now in fifth grade of elementary school. My husband is a businessman. He owned a cafe, and I was a design team leader in my previous job work. It's in Goodyear,
Uh,
and I already worked there for around 10 years. And I would like to tell you about uh, my interest in mechanical engineering and also design. So when I was a child, my father tend to bring a Lego uh, build box, and I like to assemble it. I like to play with it, and also
okay.
my father often brought a lot of books that linked with automotive, cars, motorbikes, and also machinery. And I get mesmerized with the visual of the design of the vehicles. And my interest in mechanical engineering also going bigger. And when I was in junior high school, I also take course for drawing class since I also have interest in uh, arts. So then I thought about
Mm-hmm.
what kind of works that can compile both my drawing skill and also my interest in technique and engineering mechanical stuff. And then I searched on internet, and it comes out that there is a job called design mechanical engineering. And then although I didn't take vocational school. I took high
Yes.
school back then, but doesn't mean that I stopped to learn about machinery, um, and also designing mechanical engineering. So yeah, after I thought and also discussed a lot with my parents, and then I tried to enroll in university in Faculty of Technique, Yogyakarta State University, and I enrolled in the design mechanical engineering department. And also my father has a friend, and from his friends I learned a lot from him because he has a workshop, and I learned a lot from there. I learned a lot of parts of machine and how to assemble the machine to become a part of the machine of the vehicles. I think that's it for my introduction.
Oh, good explanation, Miss Sausan.
Thank you very
So
much.
great. Okay, for the next question, how did you hear this position?
So because I just uh, I'm not in Goodyear anymore, and then I tried to search for a job, but still in the automotive industry. So then I tried to search in website in internet, and the website called www.theguardianjob.com. I already attached it in my job application letter about how I finding this job position.
Good, man. So, from this curriculum vitae, of yourself, can you tell me what are your weaknesses?
Okay, so things that I realize from my weaknesses is that I lack of proactive. So I'm not that sensitive. I lack sense of sensitive for my surroundings. But if it's about feeling sensitive about people's feeling, I I sensitive about it. But for what happening around me, I'm lack of it. So sometimes I become ignorant on what happening around me, and then I also not asking anyone about what time the deadline, the due date of the project, and I also cannot finish my work in 100% conditions because I didn't read and also listen to the instructions back in my old days, in my younger days, and I learned a lot
Mm-hmm.
from it that I have to sensitive with my surroundings. Even if I understand, I still
Oh,
have to communicate with my teammate and also my workmate so that I can have a lot
mm-hmm.
more informations about what things that
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do because working
Mm-hmm.
in design engineering, it's having a lot of project with a team. So I think I also try to be better with communicating with other workmate in my workplace so that the workflow in the workplace will be have a good vibes in it.
Oh, okay. Make sure your weaknesses, you can solve it in future.
Yes,
Future.
I try my best, and until now, I already did my best to become better, especially to overcome my weaknesses.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Sausan, for the forward question, what do you know about this industry?
Okay, so Astra Otoparts Tbk, it's a company that have a role in automotive industry. So this industry is involved in manufacturing motor vehicles, including most components such as engines and bodies, but excluding tires, fuel, and batteries. And the industry consists of producers. However, the producers not limited to original equipment manufacturers or OEMs. The original equipment manufacturers consist of like trucks, cars, heavy trucks, heavy equipment, uh, and motorbike manufacturers. Another category in the original equipment manufacturers includes wholesalers and automotive suppliers, distributors, dealers, and also importers. Companies in the automotive industry separated to two categories. The first is car manufacturers, and the second is car parts manufacturers. And Astra Auto Parts, it's play a role in car parts manufacturers.
Wow, you like your knowledge is wider about
Thank
this
you.
industry.
Thank you for
Okay,
the
next
compliment.
for the question, uh, how do you know or what do you know about this company? Yeah.
So, PT Astra Auto Parts Tbk is a leading group of companies engaged in manufacturing and distribution of automatic components and spare parts, serving the market of first that I already told before, OEMs or original
Mhm.
equipment market, and then
Yeah.
aftermarket or replacement market, and third, export. The export, most of the exports are sent to Asia, is Middle East and Africa. And also, Astra Auto Parts have capabilities on having a strategic joint and technical assistance agreements with components manufacturing companies from Japan and also Europe.
Okay, Miss Sofia. As you said before, that you uh, even worked at some place in this country. So I want to know what were your responsibilities in your last position?
Okay, my responsibility for my latest position in Goodyear before,
Yeah.
I was a design team leader. I design innovative power machines that conform to government regulations and also buyers' expectations, and study accommodate for rapidly changing environmental regulations. Then I also coordinate major projects from major company, uh, but with limited time. And I also that like what I said before, that I work in team a lot, and my team consists of up to 30 people, and so that I manage the teams of up to 30 people. And last but not least, I have to communicate with the buyers and also the clients.
Wow, it looks like you have a lot of skills.
Thank you very
Because,
much. Try my best.
okay, Ms. Hassan, for the next question, also, how do you ensure that you are up to date with the latest engineering techniques and trends? How
So,
do you?
as a designer, of course,
Mm-hmm.
I sort through the latest engineering breakthroughs, where internet nowadays, it's developing rapidly, so we can search a lot of new things, a lot of latest engineering techniques and trends in internet. So I try to research a lot from my research are most of it are from internet. And also after I sort the latest engineering breakthroughs and process over the weekend, I make sure to vet each process before implementing it at work. So because there will be some parts that I will use, but maybe those also exist the new trends that didn't I do not have to use for my project like that. So I have to selective about it.
Oh, that's okay, no problem. So, for the next question, how do you go about explaining complex engineering design to your client?
Okay, in my previous design engineering position, I was helping to create a blueprint. So blueprint is like kind of like similar like mind map, and also like what kind of things that you will make in that blueprint. And I was able to help the client understand the process of the design by relating it to a previous project that we worked on together. Also, because we also often communicate with non-technicians, buyer or clients, we have to choose other vocabulary technique. You have to change the engineering vocabulary to commoners
Mm.
language,
Yeah.
so that they understand like what we're trying to say. So try to make it easier for them to understand about how our design works and also how our projects are going on. So I try to lower my position, and I try to put myself on their shoes so that they can understand easily.
This is a good doing for you. And as a design engineer, what software do you prefer using for next?
So I prefer to use AutoCAD, AutoCAD, and CPA. However,
Oh,
I have 8 years of experience using PTC, Creo, and Solid Edge. I enjoy learning new CAD software whenever I can. So there are a lot of new software, but I try my best to try to work on the newest version of CAD.
Oh, okay, Sausan. It's good. So I want to know about your challenging in design project. So tell me about a time when you had to work on your most challenging design project.
Okay, I found my last design project difficult because the client it's important and also a busy person. So when I want to talk about our project, our work, the products that he bought, he was attending meeting. So the time to communicate between each other, it's it's not, we don't have a lot of time to communicate with it. But then uh, to keep in track, I reach out to the client and to determine a better time to loop him in. So I try to communicate with him again and try to find suitable schedule for both uh, both of each other like that.
Oh, okay, Sasan, good. About your time management. Good. And the next question, in your opinion, yeah, in your opinion, what is the most important skill to have as a design engineer?
Uh, I think the most important skill to have as a design engineering is the ability to adapt. As we already know, time flies, and technologies are change rapidly, especially in this new global era. So there are new
Yeah.
situations in the design world that one must be able to handle, no matter the industry, and you have to find the suitable, the right designs about
Mhm.
the parts that we will make. And because the change of era becomes more futuristic, we have to be more creative about making the designs. Not only the
Yeah.
design, but we also have to think about the safety, because when the client want to use it, we have to make sure that the things that we make, it's safe for them. And one thing, it has to be useful for them, so it can help them when they need uh, the utensils or the vehicles to work, then it will be safe and it can useful for them. And also they have different personality with you, but because it is a work, I have to work with them, and I also have to engage with them, try to understand each other uh, when when we have a project together. And there are times when one person hugs all the glory on something, like they're the one who made it, but in fact, it's
Mhm.
the team who made it.
Mm.
It's the teamwork who that 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 give effort to make the project become successful. I believe in giving credit where it is due, and fairness within a team dynamic. And also, I am fine with little mistakes made by
Yeah.
other workmates. Most of the time, I try to remind them to do their work better, especially when it is about a group work project. Okay, because it is unfair for the other members who work wholeheartedly when she or he only works half-heartedly. The other teamwork's members try to put their best, so the outcome will be successful and good. And sometimes also give them a little scolding so that they do not repeat the same mistakes in the future. And also, I keep reminding myself to not being too harsh with my teammates and also workmates, because
Mhm.
it will be affect affecting the workflows in the workplace. And I also try to handle my annoyance, my irritated with them, and uh, I also try to keep patient. And last but not least, keep on smiling.
Oh, wow. Yeah, your experience is like you have to be professional as a worker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Even the environment is not supportive.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Miss Sausan, for the next question. So, are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to relocate?
Oh, do you mean that a work in other city like that?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So, okay, now I'm living in Yogyakarta. I
Mhm.
do love living in here. I already live here for around 5 years, even though I'm not from Yogyakarta, but I I'm comfortable. My family comfortable to stay here, and I would prefer to stay here. However, for the right opportunity, I'd be willing to consider relocating, but would need to take into consideration like moving costs and my children's school schedules and
Mhm.
also my husband's work because he opened a cafe in the city. I don't have any. I still don't have any thoughts about how my husband will handle his
Yeah.
work. So because of those factors, I would like to have audience with you. I would like to talk with you more about this relocating, and if it's can fulfill my expectation and social needs, I think I'll be willing to relocating when I join Astra Otoparts.
Just because it's possible if you will relocate in other places or something, wherever the company want, like that.
So yeah,
So yeah,
I will consider it. I will try to, and I would like to contact with you and have a contact with you again and talk in a detail about it.
okay, good, thank you. And then, if you had to choose one, okay, would you consider yourself a big picture person or a detail oriented person?
I'm a big picture thinker person.
Uh, are you really and believe it?
Yes, I read it before about this big picture person and detail oriented person, and I think I'm more suitable on being the big picture person like that.
Okay, good. So, for the next question, mm, what salary are you seeking? What salary are you seeking?
Okay, for salary, my salary requirements are flexible, but I do have significant experience in the field that I believe adds value to my candidacy. However, I do understand this position salary placed in the range of 10 million rupees up to 30 million rupees. Yeah, it's in our region. Okay, so with my experience, skills, and certifications, I would expect to receive something in the range of 10 million rupees up to 13 million rupees.
So, for the last question for this interviewing, what kind of goals would you have in mind if you got this job?
So my goal is to make a design by ensuring the feasibility, safety, and quality of every prototype that can reach the expectations of our buyers and clients.
Oh, okay. And any else? Any
Uh,
other goals?
to also do more research in Astra Auto Parts because Astra is like number one automotive company in Indonesia, and it's also a well-known company in Asia. So I lack of research in my previous job place, my previous workplace. So I think in Astra Auto Parts, I would like to having another research, and if there's any scholarship for do a research further about design engineering, I would like really I would like to get it. And yeah, I would like to broaden my opportunity in Astra Auto Parts because I really love designing and also mechanical engineering, and I want to make better prototypes and also automotive spare parts for Indonesia, like this, like that.
Okay, good. Okay, I expect that your goals will come true like that.
I
So
mean,
that's the last question for today, and thank you very much for your time and for coming. For the last, I will inform you that the the announcement of this selection 1 week after this day, after today. So be careful in keep stay tuned for the information in our website, and also our company will contact to your email if
okay,
you
understand.
accept it. Okay, thank you very much for today.
Yes, thank you,
Have a
ma'am.
nice day.